dark. The aroma of petrichor permeated her senses. As she dreamily roused from her slumber, the happy scent, pulling her unwillingly from under cover, stretching deeply the warmth of her nocturnal tomb, lulled her to remain within its embrace. As she listened to the rustle of leaves skating across the metallic roof of her confine, closing her eyes, she imagined him sitting next to her, extending his hand excitedly as he encouraged her to wake. His jovial demeanor and innocent boyish smile brightened her spirits momentarily, belying reality. With a start, she threw her covers aside, the crisp air assaulting her scantily clad body as she took unsteady steps and hazily groped for the flannel shirt she had tossed across the wingback chair. The night before, irritated, she glanced at the pile of ash and embers in the fireplace, then tossed a few remaining pieces of split dry wood she had upon them. With a spark and a crackle, they sprang to life, illuminating the small cabin as they chased away the chill and dreary early morning light that had begun to creep in the window. Whimpering, she rose and pushed start on fresh grounds, leaned against the counter and pulled the collar of the soft flannel up around her face, inhaling the fading musky scent of his cologne as it began to mingle with the warm, inviting aroma of coffee. In time, she whispered, as she faintly reached for her coffee mug and poured herself the roasted chocolatey elixir that brewed so invitingly. Sipping her coffee, she stood ruminating words from his tome and her vision of him before heading toward the door to let the dog out for his morning exploration of the hills surrounding their home. Dawn was breaking as she stepped out and onto the porch. The backdrop of a colored sky with its quilted clouds made the barren trees and hills look like a conflicted painting. Catching a scent, the dog tore off with a bay, leaving her alone with her thoughts. In time, she whispered to herself again as she sipped at her mug, the steam of which gently swirled in the stillness as she took a seat on the porch, pulled her knees to her chest and covered herself as best she could with the flannel. 65. It has been 65 days, she thought to herself. 65 long, lonely days since she had felt his touch, his kiss, the warmth, and his embrace. She's waited here for him patiently, and a coldness bit upon her soul as she recited the word to herself. Nevermore. Coffee cold and shivering, she rose and made her way inside. Closing the door behind her, the fire stopped, now dying. She wept, then returned to her slumber in the ground. It had been a dream, a fancy. Here she lies still, calm unto the night.